I just learned that making a game is pretty hard. From balancing to new systems, something's bound to go wrong. And in this devlog, yeah, some things definitely went wrong. Let's go over some good things first, though. I redesigned the classes to give them more of a distinct look. They also each have a different theme, meaning adding weapons is basically as easy as using Google. Let's start off with Light. Light is a futuristic soldier. Her time period was very anti-war, meaning that she doesn't have any futuristic weapons. Instead, she's forced to use modern-day weapons, learning them on the way. This is definitely not an excuse to model new weapons. Medium is a 1920s mobster. He's able to pack a punch while supporting his team at the same time. His guns range from stealthy precision to holding down left click, closing your eyes, and praying to our Robloxian overlord. Heavy had the biggest redesign. Instead of being, whatever this is, he's now a gunslinger from the Wild West. And, whoa, what's this? 2 new guns? Well, it's actually 3, but, Every class, other than Light, has been given at least 1 new gun. Medium's new weapon is a Tommy gun. Its main gimmick is ammo. With 50 rounds in the magazine, you can unload onto enemies. Its rate of fire and damage balances out though, causing you to have to make every bullet count. Heavy finally has a full loadout. A gunslinger without a gun is just a slinger, and we're not working in construction. This means I had to give him an iconic revolver. With 6 bolts in the cylinder, each shot needs to be aimed carefully, or you can fan the hammer and pray your shots hit. Each bullet does a crazy amount of damage, so you better hope your shots connect. His second weapon is an incendiary rifle. Although this weapon does very little damage up front, it leaves enemies burning for 5 seconds, doing 36 damage every half second while burned. This makes the rifle super effective against big groups, but lacking against one big enemy. With the addition of these 3 weapons, every class now has 3 weapons to choose from. But guns are basically useless if you don't have anything to shoot at, so let's make some... If you didn't know, my game is a horde roguelike, so there has to be at least 30 enemies on the map at once. We have a problem though. Roblox's pathfinding service is very resource heavy, especially if you call it every frame. This makes pathfinding service basically useless to us, as having more than 5 enemies makes the game lag. There are ways to try and get around this though. Instead of calling the service every frame, we can call it every 5 frames in order to reduce lag. The problem with this is it makes things look choppy and laggy. It also doesn't get us anywhere near 30 enemies. Another big performance hit is humanoids. Humanoids are what make up a character in a game, but they also add a small performance hit. If every enemy is calling the pathfinding service every 5 frames, things will get laggy fast. Let's try a different approach. Instead of asking the server to move a full character, we can ask it to move this little cube. This is a lot less resource heavy. Then, the client can move the actual character model to the cube every frame. This is what it looks like with just the cubes moving, and this is what it looks like when the model's moved as well. This looks significantly better than the last version. All we gotta do is tighten up some screws, make it look pretty, and... Okay, there's gotta be a better way of doing this. Although this new system is better than the old one, it still uses pathfinding service, humanoids, and multiple different scripts for each enemy. Instead of brute forcing these inside of our enemies to make coding easier, let's just develop our own pathfinding system. Okay, so after a couple days, we have a new enemy system. It moves enemies by moving their C-frame instead of using a humanoid, which is a lot less resource intensive. This is exactly 50 enemies, and it's clearly a lot smoother. And this is 100 enemies. It's still a little buggy, but it's very smooth still. This will definitely be finished by next devlog. After changing the character models and fitting each character into a time period, the abilities from last devlog are a little out of place. So now we get to redesign and remake them. One of the biggest problems with the abilities from last devlog was balance. Medium's watch was objectively the best ability. being the only character to heal and revive teammates. My goal for these changes is to level the balance by nerfing medium's ability slightly, while buffing light and heavy's up to the level of it. Medium's watch is now extremely out of place for his character. So let's think, what's something that was very popular in the 1920s? Well, alcohol, but we can't really add that into a Roblox game, so let's replace it with soda! Medium gives a bottle of soda to each teammate, which buffs damage, movement speed, defense, and heals slightly for 10 seconds. These buffs are all minimal, and teammates need to be within 50 studs of the user. This change also completely removes the ability to revive teammates, making your life in-game even more valuable. Light keeps her double jump, but gains a new ability called Overdrive. It replaces her normal dash with a blink, damaging enemies that she dashes through. It also increases her base speed, but forces her to shoot from the hip. She's also the only character who can dash. Heavy keeps his ground pound, but it's been buffed significantly. Standing close to an enemy while ground pounding will kill them. To add on to the ability reworks, getting abilities has also been changed. They act more as an ultimate ability from Overwatcher rivals than a standard cooldown-based ability. This means that each ability has a charge cost, and dealing damage gives you charge on a 1-to-1 scale. My hope is that this rewards players for constantly doing damage and helping their team, instead of rewarding players who are patient. Finally, the biggest change in this devlog I first created a character to give out the upgrades, Celine. She can create upgrade cards with her magic, giving them to the players. Every weapon is able to get 1 of 5 common cards, each only buffing their stat by 10%. Then, each weapon gets 3 uncommon cards that are more specific towards their playstyle. Finally, each weapon also has 2 legendary cards that buff or completely change how the weapon works. The idea is that after every 5 rounds, Celine will call you and offer you an upgrade card for 100 fragments, which are given to players who kill an enemy. When the main game loop is eventually in the game, there will be legendary pity. This means that by level 25, the chances of getting a legendary card will be 100. This will prevent players from falling behind just because they have some bad luck. I'm planning on doing a showcase video soon, showing off each weapon and their new legendary cards, so stay tuned for that. After about 2 months, I've made a lot of progress on my game. From adding to the lore, fleshing out each character, and finally creating an upgrade system. I'm happy to say that the game is on track for a demo soon. I'm hoping to be able to create a playable demo sometime this summer. Thank you all so much for watching. Leaving a like and subscribing to keep up with the devlogs will motivate me more to finish this monstrous project. So again, thank you, and I hope to see you soon.